Yo, what's going on, y'all? We got some interesting information here. We got some kind of pay to win. We got some, what's really just call it just quality of life updates that we got that are going to be coming in June. This is new information that has been released, and we will be seeing this in June 6th, June 7th. That's when you're going to be seeing this stuff. So I figured I'd just do this rundown, just kind of keep y'all up to date. So that way y'all are aware of what quality of life improvements that we're going to be getting here in the future. So some of them are pretty exciting. Other of them are kind of just like, okay. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. Thank you very much. Spikes and you. Let's dive right in. This is the biggest one right here for sure. This is going to make a lot of people happy, myself included, because we've been wanting this for a long time, and I'm glad that they're finally doing this. This helps out a lot. So basically what this is here is they're making PSO2 base and New Genesis two separate files, two different downloads, which is great because, as many of us know, the game download is ridiculously big, and there's a lot of people who don't touch base. Me myself, I have not touched base at all. I played Japanese base back in 2012 when the game first came out in Japan. I played it for a couple years, then stopped and picked it back up in 2017, etc. But I've never played the global base, and I have never had any intention of going back and playing that. I started playing New Genesis when New Genesis came out, and that was that. Plain and simple. Never went back to base. I have 0 hours playtime on base, literally 0. So this is really huge that they're going to be separating it. This applies to Xbox One, the MS Store, Steam, Epic Games Store, versions of NGS. Okay, that's what these apply to. I'm pretty sure, I have no idea if there's another one that's like, aren't these like the only ways that you can get the game? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But anyways, I use Steam. So, but this will come into effect on the 7th of June. So pretty much everything here is going to come into effect on the 7th of June. So that's what's going to be big on that. It's separate DLC, free of charge, as you can see there. So that's going to be absolutely huge. Of course, as you can see here, PSO2 will no longer be included in the main data NGS after this update. Those who wish to play in the PSO2 blocks or play certain music discs that require data from PSO2, please download the DLC from your respective platform's store. So keep that in mind as well. All right, moving on. We have some information that will affect tasks and information about a new main story that will be releasing, kind of the mini episodes that have been following us. Mini episodes are the little things like when you're running around Alpha, you see a character standing in there and then you talk to them, and then you get like this little mini cutscene with the interactions. Those are mini episodes. So that's what this is pertaining to, as well as just telling us about a new main story that we will be getting on the 7th of June. So points to note regarding mini episodes: when the new story launches on 6/7/23, that's June 7th, side tasks for side stories that have not yet been completed will be considered completed, and mini episodes that have not yet been viewed will be considered viewed. So all these things will become immediately they'll be listed as completed, basically saying that you've done this stuff. We assume that you've already, advanced to this part in the quest because we're moving on to the next main storyline. So get good. That's basically what it's saying. Everything that you do not already have in terms of the mini episodes and the side tasks for side stories, all that will be listed as completed. So if you like to watch those things, then make sure that you do that before the 7th of June. Because afterwards they will be listed as completed. Secondly, it's the adjustment of XP earned through some task. Now, rewards for NPC Guiden side task and rewards for completing main task XP will be adjusted. So we don't know the exact numbers on how this is going to be adjusted. This isn't something that's super huge to worry about, but there's something there to note. So Guiden is actually the NPC who gives you all the XP quests. So the guy who gives you the 1,000,000 XP quests, like it makes you level up super quick, he's that guy. So that's basically what we're looking at there. This is Guiden's location in Retum. Of course, you can find these NPCs, a version of them in every city, but Guiden is the XP guy. So that's what it's talking about. That's what it's referencing in regards to changing the amount of XP given on these things. So not sure what the specifics will be yet in terms of the numbers that are changed, but I imagine he will still give tremendous amounts of XP. And judging by the next thing that we're going to cover, none of these amounts will likely be affected negatively. If anything, they'll probably be affected more. So next we have the introduction of skip gameplay. This is what I was referring to. I was probably going to be more because they're introducing something like this. So skip gameplay can be purchased with AC, so that's real world money. And what this is a future to basically, it's pretty much pay to win. For anyone who's new or anyone who's coming back, it pretty much negates having to level up. It gives you some equipment, a weapon. It gives you your skill points. Yeah, So not too sure how I feel about this one, but you know, it's pretty easy to level up in PSO2 NGS regardless. The big thing is, what are they going to give you in terms of weapons and units? If that's like they give you like top tier stuff, then that's going to be a slap in the face for people who actually put the time and the effort to build their stuff. But I imagine it'll probably be just like kind of just your base gear, then that's probably okay. But anyways, so it's going to say NGS story progress tickets. This item can be used to skip through the main story up to the point immediately before the latest chapter as of the time it is used. So this will stay relevant. This isn't something that we'll just see here. It will be something that as there's more content put into the game, you can continue to use these things and it will skip you forward in the story up until the last chapter of what's currently out. So that's how that one's going to work. Class level 70 and equipment set is what I was just referring to. This item raises the selected class to 70 and comes with one weapon from each equipable weapon category available for the class and 3 pieces of armor. 3 pieces of armor and a weapon from each weapon category, which is pretty nutty. We don't know what the weapon will be. Purchase limit 1 for each class, for each character. Equipment items will be delivered to the OP team storage. Selling the equipment items will increase the character's battle power to the amount they need to play the latest content as of the 6/7 update, the June 7th update. So that's why they're doing that. We really don't have strong input on this one until we see what they're actually giving. I imagine it'll be something like the seasonal shop. You know, it'll be something like seasonal shop items, you know, gear that's like, it's good. It'll get the job done, but it's not, you know, it doesn't slap someone in the face who's been working their tail off trying to get these gears and get these augments, right? Because it's not the top tier, top of the line gears or weapons, right? So I imagine it'll work something like that, which is perfectly fine. These are quality of life adjustments, and like I said, it's fairly easy to level up in NGS anyway, so it's not really that huge of a deal. Last one is going to be the All Training Explorer. This is what I was talking about with the skill points. Within NGS, your skill points come from these cocoons and these trainees. So on your first clear rewards, you always get points. There's a maximum currently of 47 points. So you'll see here, some of these you get 1, and the other ones you'll get 4 from clearing them. You see your skill points plus 4. So basically what this is doing is it's just marking all these as clear, so you get your skill points so that you can go ahead and come over to your skill tree and you can go ahead and just put them in your skill tree. As you see, there's 47 points. That's something I haven't used in. That's the max amount now. When there's more cocoons and trainees added, that skill points will be increased. So basically what that's doing is it's just making it so you don't even have to touch those cocoons or trainees. You get all those skill points already. You know, it's a pay to win function. Yeah, you know, it's interesting to see them add that, but it's not necessarily a huge deal. It's just something, I guess, right? Ultimately, what do you think about these changes? Those are the 3 ones that we've been introduced to. These will all be changes that will occur on the 7th of June. That's next month. That's, you know, the ultra update area. We'll of course have an NGS headline at the end of this month that will provide us more information. And of course, that will be mentioned in there. Maybe they'll give more specifics on the XP for Guiden, but we'll see what happens. What do you think about this? I think it's definitely an interesting asset. The quality of life, the data one, the download file size one, that one's huge. Like we've been wanting that for a long time. That'll free up some space. Not that I really have a space issue, but it'll make the drive run a bit smoother. You know, the SSD will make it run a bit smoother, right? So that's good. And of course, with the creative space update coming out and the further updates coming out, the game's going to increase in file size. So that's good. We've been wanting that for a while. But what do y'all think about the other ones? Let me know in the comments below. Engage in some conversations about it. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to help keep supporting this content. Make sure you always tune in for the weekly episodes that we have called How to NGS, where we keep everything up to date. And of course, we'll have videos like this, which will be separate from those, but we'll always have a weekly as well for How to NGS. Make sure you tune into those. Those will be weekly. Those are weekly, and they will always keep you up to date, keep you up to speed, give you tips, tricks, all the above, keywords, everything that you need to know to keep on track and keep knowing what you need to do in the game, whether you're taking a break, whether you're active, whether you're inactive, whether you're in space right now and you can't get to the game because you're flying to Mars. Look, it's possible. You never know. I've seen crazy things in my life. Anyways, appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you on the next one. Much love. Holla.